It's not the best of times to be a PSG fan. The club have been knocked out of the Champions League knockouts. They are currently leading in Liga, but unfortunately, Liga success isn't enough for them anymore. They want European success, and there's a bit of a disconnect between the fans and, of course, one of their star players in Lionel Messi, who's been booed a lot in recent games. But the club have been hit with a fresh scandal, and this one involves this man, their manager, Christophe Galtier. How exactly? Well, that's because some old comments that Galtier has made, which are pretty racist and very, very Islamophobic in nature, have been doing the rounds, and unfortunately not the best of looks, considering the fact that he is basically working for a club that is owned by the Qatar state, a Muslim majority state. Again, as I said, Islamophobia in general, not something you want to be doing, but unfortunately Galtier has been caught up in the mess. So let's just quickly take a look at what exactly has supposedly been said, what have been some responses that have come from, of course, the club and even his former club, because this is an old story. So let's quickly go over it. Now, the controversy which has engulfed the PSG boss actually dates back to his days at the French club OGC Nice. Now, over there, he had reportedly told the club's director of football, or the then director of football, because that man is no longer in that particular position, he had said that the club has too many players who are of African descent and also too many Muslims. Eesh. Again, these were, by the way, his exact comments, and he said that when I went out to a restaurant, I was told by some of the people that we have too many black players and too many Muslim players. In fact, this is not the first time he's been caught up in this sort of a controversy. Reportedly, Galtier had instructed some of his Muslim players to not be fasting during the holy month of Ramzan, and that was met by some resistance. So this sort of a comment now coming up, engulfing the PSG manager, not exactly a good look by any stretch of the imagination. And there's even been some responses to it. In fact, it comes from OGC Nice, the former club that employed Galtier, who said that the facts reported here concern two people who no longer work for OGC Nice. This situation was treated with the utmost seriousness at the time of the facts. The club will not provide more comments. Now, what this suggests, at least from the outside, is that Nice have done their due diligence and their investigation, and that whatever the comments were not supposedly, it came to nothing in essence. That is the implication from Nice, who said that they won't be making any more further comments, and they said that they were investigated or were treated with the utmost seriousness at the time of the facts coming to light. So what it does imply at the very least is that maybe, just maybe, all this was a storm in the teacup. Again, we don't really know for sure, but what we do know is that one of Galtier's former players in Burak Yilmaz, a Turkish international, of course, who's a Muslim, has come out and actually denied any such things. This is what Burak Yilmaz said. He posted a story on Instagram, and he said that I read the news today and I felt like I have to say something. I worked with Galtier and never felt any negative behavior from him about my religion or nationality. He's a great coach as well as a great person. So that's as close to a good sort of an endorsement that you could get from anyone, considering the fact that the player in question is a Muslim and would have probably known if Galtier held any such views. However, this isn't, of course, the end of the story, because according to media reports in France, PSG's owners and even the Al Khalifi family have in fact opened an investigation into what it is that Galtier had reportedly said in this particular time. Again, it's also worth noting that Galtier himself has provided a response saying that he's denied all of this and has threatened legal action against those who are making up these stories. But as I said, it's not the best of stories to be finding yourselves surrounded with at this particular time. We don't know exactly where the situation will be heading, but what we do know for sure is that wherever it does go, you can join us over here at Sports Today. We'll be bringing you the latest updates of not just this, but every other story from the world of sport. So thank you guys for joining us in this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and don't forget to download the AajTak app as well. Plus, if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos that we may have done. But for now, from my side, goodbye.